This episode is brought to you by Cruising Bears, a global travel community built on giving bears, chubs, and chasers the ultimate vacation escape. Visit bigfatgaycruise.com for details.
Happy Pride, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Fat Gay Podcast.
Yay.
I'm Trevor Keyson. I'm a super chub, and today I'm a Pride boy. It's June. We're here. We're queer. We're back. And we're ready to dive into some podcasting.
And we're not wearing our corporate clown makeup to make us look like we're Pride friendly this month. Hi, my name is Michael Willer. I'm a chubby chaser. And happy Pride, everybody. I'm so excited that it's June. My life has finally calmed down. Thank you for the hiatus. Desperately needed that. And we are back ready to kick some podcast butt.
Hey there, everybody. My name's Don. I'm a big chubby guy living here in sunny Hollywood. And today I'm going to continue our theme of pride. I am a prideful son of a bitch this month. Though people may try and take your pride, they cannot take it without your agreement. So be prideful.
Hey, my name is Dan Oliverio, author, public speaker, and chubby chaser. And yes, whoever said the merry month of May was merry was lying. Desperately sick lie. I have never been so busy as May. I'm hoping that our June will be a little calmer sailing.
Yes, please.
Justin Timberlake tried to warn us.
Well, they say that April showers bring May flowers. What do May showers bring? You know?
Well, I'll tell you what, Don. It brings gratitude to our Patreon listeners, our general listeners, and our sponsors, including Cruising Bears. As always, we're trying to get you pumped up. They are setting sail with their Bigger Cruise Alaska, June 27th through July 4th. You can still get on. You can still know what your plans are for July because you'll be on Bigger Cruise. You
want to be gone on Independence Day? Because I don't know why that would feel important to anyone. But maybe that's something that you want to do. I don't know. Yeah.
So many people are allergic to bunting. You know, it's
yeah. You can get more details about that at bigfatgaycruise.com. Also, get some underwear and swimsuits and shorts for your cruise or other summer plans. Bearskin, you can save 15% off your order with our promo code BigFatGayPod. And get yourself a mattress for all those activities using our Big Fig link. Roll around, have a romp. Just take your mattress outside and enjoy the weather and jump and bounce and all of those wonderful things.
They sell beds, not trampolines.
Tell them to pack it in your front yard.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where you got to like cut the tube that has the mattress and it explodes out. We have our newsletter, which actually probably will have something come out soon. It's been enough time.
A minute.
Our Discord, there's been a lot of fun stuff happening on Discord. Lots of people sharing tales of joy, woe, asking advice, sharing tips, sharing memes. It's a great time. And also, just a final kind of programming note, we are changing our release schedule. We're going to be releasing episodes 2 times a month so it's like every other week instead of every week. It's bi-monthly and bi-weekly, but also not, depending on your definition of those words, because they mean both.
Thank you for clearing that up, Trevor. That was very clear.
every other week
is
what we're aiming for.
Every 2 weeks for those in Canada.
Okay, well, we have a very special start to the episode today. We're going to go in with a mailbag.
From our listener, hey friends, I just wanted to make sure that you saw that Lemmy, amazing operatic tenor, passed away. I sent the story that got him featured in the podcast originally. Just wanted to make sure that he was honored once you're back from hiatus. He was truly a force. For those of you who missed our original coverage, that was back in episode 131, by and large, after he was profiled in a New York Times piece. It's really sad to hear. He was a real force in the opera community. And Michael, in post, if we could maybe share a little bit of him singing so people could enjoy that voice.
All'alba vincerò
Lemmy, thank you for sharing your talent, and we wish you all the best on your next travel and journey.
Yeah.
All the best to Lemmy. We miss you. And now let's get into some pop culture. I wonder what Miranda Priestley would have to say about what we're wearing this morning.
Oh, she would not approve. She would not approve.
She would have words.
I don't think she would have words. I think she would just have a
look,
very icy
true.
look.
Yeah.
You think you're dressed schlubbily just because? Well, let me explain to you why you're dressed schlubbily.
Cerulean. So we are talking about incredible comedian, fat comedian Caleb Hearon. So he had booked Devil Wears Prada, a supporting role, or I guess maybe more of a co-starring role in Devil Wears Prada. And that movie is out now, and I've actually seen it. And I'm curious if any of the three of you have seen it yet.
I have not, but we have plans as soon as it comes on streaming.
Okay. We got plans. I loved it. I won't spoil the experience for anybody else, but I do recommend it if you like the first one. Mm-hmm. So we have this article in the New York Times, of all places, by Sandra Garcia, and it's an interview with Caleb kind of going over the growth of his career, and it takes some twists and turns that you might not expect. I mean, he had essentially started in political activism.
I did not know that.
Which I didn't know either. It makes sense given sort of the bent of his humor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
He has a very politically conscious, but I guess a lot of comedians do. But it sort of takes this is his big new thing out that's right now, and uses that as a jumping off point to kind of go back through his career. It's a really great kind of look at him. This is a really cool look at kind of how he grew up. He grew up in a tiny, tiny town in Missouri, and 9,000 people just about, which I don't know. That to me sounds like such a different experience from what he ultimately ended up living in New York City, in Chicago, in Los Angeles. Like he really took the opposite direction with the rest of his life, and yet he also kind of keeps those roots with him as he goes.
But it's such a tried and true story of the gay boy from the small town who escapes to the big city, whether that big city is LA, Chicago, Amsterdam. I don't know.
I also love that he kind of in keeping with that Midwestern nice vibe, I guess. He has his podcast So True, which is incredibly popular, and mentioned in this interview that he gets requests all the time from politicians and other types of people to be on the podcast because for them it's a great platform. And his rule for being on the podcast is that if he doesn't know the person, they don't get to be on it. Oh, so I kind of love that he's sort of creating this space where it's it's my show, but it's also me. And I don't want to sit in a room with a creep if I don't have to. So you come, we hang out. If you and I get along, then we can do a podcast episode together.
Well, I mean, there's also, I don't know, this is either a wonderful idea or a terrible idea of it's basically a podcast. If he doesn't know the person, it would become a podcast about a first date. I mean, not that every guest is romantically possible, but I'm just saying that feeling each other out. I don't think you want to do that on your own show.
It sounds like a show I might listen to. I'm just saying.
Exactly. That's what I say. It's a terrible, wonderful idea.
I also love his attitude. I mean, obviously, being a fat comedian and being online and telling jokes on Twitter and all of the other stuff that comes along with being a fat public figure, he has received a lot of the same kind of criticism that we've all come to, recognize. And he has a great view of it, which is it just sort of flows off his back like a duck. I never really felt any kind of complicated way about it. I just always knew I was sexy and good looking. So there we go. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could just bottle that and then give it out to people.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool.
I just love all the press he has gotten for Devil Wears Prada, because I feel like there's been these waves of him finally getting recognition. And the biggest has been with this Devil Wears Prada kind of media cycle press tour. I can't remember which fashion house it was, but his clothes they made custom for him for the movie.
Nice.
Which I think is amazing, but also like is it is amazing, but I feel like there's a takeaway that was not made with the fashion house.
No, it reminds me of those stories of like, teacher with cancer raises $100,000 from poor students contributing to their GoFundMe. It's like, we could have healthcare. We could just have fucking healthcare.
We could just fix the system.
Fix the system.
How heartwarming is that?
How heartwarming it is that they have to custom make his clothes because, of course, nothing couture would be able to be bought for him.
I do wonder how many other, how many of the actors because those movies are about fashion specifically. So I do wonder how many of the actors are dressed in custom outfits just because they would be.
Well, we've heard over and over and over again from fat actors doing, less recognized movies that very frequently they show up to costume. I think, Don, you have stories like this. They show up to costume. They say, yeah, we got nothing. What did you bring?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every union piece I ever did, I got a bump because I had to provide my own costume.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Caleb talked about that in the press cycle and shouted out Danny Santiago, who was one of the costume designers alongside Molly something. But gave him a shout out that this movie was one of the best he was treated in terms of costuming and just how they really came through and got him pieces so he could be, not have to bring his own stuff and just feel safe and get amazing outfits in a movie that is all about the fashion.
Mm-hmm. I really loved his role in the movie. It's a little bit like I get the sense that they shot more scenes and it's a pretty packed movie. Like there's a lot going on. So I think probably some of his stuff and other people's stuff got cut. But the director, as the director tells it, like as soon as he met Caleb, it was like, okay, there's nobody else to consider for this role. Like this is our guy, which I think is pretty incredible because oftentimes casting processes are laborious. But my impression of the movie as far as fat goes is that they, I think, learned a lot of lessons from the first one and some of the criticisms and some of the areas that the first one doesn't age very well. And I think they address that in the casting and the storytelling as well.
I haven't gone back and rewatched the first movie. Do you find a lot of it doesn't age well? In my mind, I don't remember it being that bad.
You kind of have to put on your early 2000s goggles a little bit. It's not terrible, but it's there.
Okay. No, and but we should also say that if you're representing that world is how it is about fat. Like it's not that it didn't age well. It's just that world was never, was exclusionary, and that's what
I think the stuff I'm talking about is less about fat and body representation and more about like
comments,
just like a very white cast, stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Just things that's how it was at the time, and it's not good. It's just how it was. Like,
I do think it would be kind of funny if Devil Wears Prada 2 treated him the way the fashion industry treat fat people. So like for 5 minutes during the movie, he gets treated super well, and then they just ignore him.
And then they vaporize him.
Yeah.
I have so much to say about that in our next story, Don.
well, speaking of which.
Okay, well, I guess we're on to
That Watch 2025. No, 2026.
God damn it, Don.
Can it be 2023 again?
So this is an article out of Smithsonian Magazine, but this has been picked up by any number of outlets. So basically, ahead of the 2026 Met Gala, the Metropolitan Museum of Art introduced new mannequins with diverse body types, inspired by real people. And it's part of a new costume art exhibition that pairs artworks with garments, and some of them displayed on custom mannequins constructed through 3D printing. And it is totally amazing. Unfortunately, revolutionary. Imagine clothes fitting bodies instead of bodies fitting into costumes. And that's kind of what I'm so excited about with this, is that one of the things the curator said is that we're very used to looking at art and then seeing like the clothes represented in the art. And this is reversed. So you're looking at the clothing and then seeing how the clothing is represented in the art.
Yeah.
Like you're going the other way. And I really love that. And I really love the reversal of what I basically was saying before, where, so often with fashion, it's about, we have created a piece of art and it's really your fault if you don't fit in it because this is art. And now they're looking at, I'm sorry, isn't the point of art to wear it? So who is this for? who is this for? And for a long time, it was for, very tiny stick-like figures. And now it's not. And I love that they created the models, and they have disabled bodies. They have dwarf bodies. They have fat bodies. I didn't see a lot of male bodies, but maybe that's just what Fashion Week is anyway.
I mean, maybe I'm overstating it a little bit, but I feel like fashion may be the only art form that tries to say that its medium should dictate its form, like it should obey its medium, right? They just want to costume this one type of body so everything looks that way. Whereas painters have to work with multiple types of canvas, multiple types of paint. Any artist that said, no, I only work with white clay would probably be laughed out of the building.
Well, but there are things where the artist absolutely chooses their medium. And in the case of fashion designers, they choose if not their model, their market. Maybe they'll choose a market that sells if they want to make more money than not. But I think one of the people interviewed for this talks about how fashion must follow the market. That's the only, there's no national governmental support for fashion houses. So which does fly in the face of what we've seen for like Abercrombie and Fitch and those models where they try to sell their clothes by closing off a portion of the market and making it as exclusive as possible. But, exclusive sells. Like, when we drive down Melrose Avenue, by the time you get to the western edge of Melrose, you see dress shops that I swear to God have 5 dresses in them. And they sell for $10,000 a piece and up. So if they sell 2 dresses a week, they pay the rent.
These places are also very often only open by appointment.
And open by appointment. Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Yeah.
So there is money in exclusivity, which is what Abercrombie and Fitch was doing. But hello, they're clothes. They're clothes, people. They're clothes.
I'm also going to link to the Met website because under the section for the costume art exhibit, they have something inside the exhibition where they break down all of these different bodies, kind of different parts of the exhibit into the different body types, and have pictures of each of the exhibits so if you can't make it to New York, it's I think open for the next 6 months. It's a really interesting, there's not too many photos, but it's amazing to see all of these sections and then what they wrote about the different parts of the exhibit.
Yeah. And there's another special thing about these mannequins. They have reflective faces. I don't mean they have features that are reflective. Yeah. They have flat, polished metal veneers where the face would be, so that the viewer sees themselves reflected literally in the costume in the mannequin. And they're not mirrors like you have on your bathroom. They're a highly polished metal surface, which the curator says gives it a sort of depth and a little less in your sorry the pun, in your face representation, so you can imagine yourself, you see your visage in the mannequin.
If any listeners make it to the exhibit, please send us pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, the cool thing about having that reflective surface is, as I said, seeing yourself. And that's what I think we want to talk about today in the main topic, is how people see themselves and the stories we tell about ourselves and our lives, which aren't always true.
That's true.
So we kind of started talking about this because we were doing our little, prep call, and I had an experience last week, I guess a couple weeks ago at this point, for when this drops, where I was heading to the gym. I was running late, and my gym is above a grocery store. So I have to go through the grocery store and take an elevator up to get to the gym. So I was coming in, and I was a little scatterbrained, and I'm dashing towards the elevators, and one of the workers at the store stopped me. He's like, "Oh no, sir. You don't want to use that one. The battery's dead. You want to go around the other side and use the other one because that one's charged."
And Trevor's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And then I see that there's one of the kind of like mobility scooter grocery carts.
They actually
have
they have several of them. And the guy was pointing out that don't take that one because the battery's low. You should use a different one, which is very helpful.
He was running in to be helpful, but based on an assumption about you and what you were doing.
And just the direction I was heading.
Yeah, it's an unusual direction to use the elevator in. The elevator has 2 sides, and this was the unused side.
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought it was funny because I was going to the gym, and it's just like I'm doing the whatever good fat person exercise thing, and someone assumed I was
there for the scooters.
Going to the scooter and going to fill my little basket with like fudge rounds or whatever. Like, I don't, it's just one of those like small things where it's like, he was trying to be nice, trying to be helpful. Like, so I didn't have to sit down in something and, you know, potentially then have to strain to get up. Like, it's whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is just one of those things where it could be, depending on the person and their mood and what they have gone through, something that could be potentially devastating. And it was someone just trying to be helpful.
Yeah, because I can completely see somebody thinking, "Oh my God, you think I'm so fat I can't even walk inside a grocery store, that I need a scooter."
Yes.
Yeah. It's sort of that filter of the things that you hear and what you make them mean before they actually get to the part of your brain that you're like interpreting. Yeah.
This can frequently accompany a major sliming event, right? So the example that came to mind for me is something I've talked about on the show where for some reason, it's always me in a supermarket with M&Ms where something like this happens. But like, and the example I'm thinking of, I was in the checkout line. They had a big container with like, you know, party-sized M&Ms by the checkout line. I picked one up. I was debating if I felt in the mood for M&Ms, and I put it down back on the display. And didn't put it in my cart, at which point a woman behind me leaned forward and said, "Good for you."
Oh, fuck you.
Oh my God.
Right?
I would just glare at her and like empty all the M&Ms into my
all
cart.
of the candy off of the shelf into your cart.
Now, you can understand, because I hear everyone listening to this going, "Oh, fuck her," because they know exactly where my brain was. But I try to step back and put myself in her shoes. We're like, she thinks she's doing a good deed. Do I shit on her in the moment? Or, you know, but I chose in the moment to reframe, right? And just, you know, you can say I was being delusional. You could say I was betraying the community by not standing up to her actions. But in that moment, I chose peace, you know? Like,
yeah, I would just like to slide in here that it actually has nothing to do with being fat, because I remember I was like at the peak of my bodybuilding, at the peak of my fitness, at the peak of everything. And I'm in a grocery store, I'm staring off into space, and I hear a voice softly from over my shoulder saying, "Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. Don't do it, man. It's not worth it."
Is that
and I'm like,
on my shoulder?
and I'm like, what? And he's like, that candy bar display. Don't eat those. You look great. Don't do it.
Ugh.
And like, wow. I'm just saying that kind of sliming is really nothing to do with what's in front of them.
Yeah.
It's all about their own insecurity about their own body. She was saying 100%. Good for you, meaning herself. That guy was saying, don't do it. It's not worth it, about himself.
Yeah. I'm aware. I just wish she could say it to herself when I'm not
without voicing. Yeah, without using the words. Yeah.
But I think it's because she's probably been in that position with M&Ms or whatever, and she has either failed to do it or she has done it.
Yeah.
But did not get any recognition. And I think she wants...
Oh, Trevor, I love that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, that like if she would want the recognition of making the good choice.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. And
Trevor,
I think
that's genius. I freaking love that. I just want to underline that because I never thought of that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that they want, and it's like, didn't you notice I lost weight? And
I can't tell you how often I get pursued by people asking that.
Exactly. And they think it's such a wonderful compliment. And this is the woman who wants to hear that. Mm-hmm. So I think the other thing too is to bring it back to our topic. It's that reframing of, yes, you have been slimed, but you weren't the object. They were.
Yeah.
But they're saying it out loud and they're facing your direction and it feels like it's about you. It has nothing to do with you.
And I think that's also you to talk to themselves.
And I also think it's reminiscent of what Caleb was talking about when he gets these missives of fat hate and he's like, this has nothing to do with me. Why would I get upset about it?
Mm-hmm. So I have I mentioned this on the call, but I didn't specify. So there is something that happens, and this is on a regular basis, comments made to me that are positive about my body, but in a very weird way that I hate.
Okay.
Do tell.
So my Pilates instructor.
Oh, yeah.
So this is my Pilates instructor. At this point, since the pandemic, have been doing Zoom mat Pilates. So I'm not on a reformer. I am I set up my laptop, I have it hooked up to the TV, and he's guiding me from his home. And there's things I do that are just very like, I'm very flexible. It is impressive. I have made a lot of progress and I'm doing more advanced moves. And he will be like, Trevor, that doesn't look real. Or like, Trevor, is Dan pulling ropes behind you?
What a
Because like, it's like you're a puppet and someone is moving, like, and just all these things of like, he cannot believe my body is doing these things.
It reminds me of like
or moving in this way.
When you're a teenager or a tween and you come up with an idea and your parent says, "Oh, who taught you that?" You're like, actually, it was an original idea. I actually thought of that in my head.
I actually came up with that.
Came up with that. And you're robbed of your agency.
Yeah.
Yes.
What it makes me wonder is if you had a straight size body, I don't think he'd be saying that. He might compliment you, but he would be complimenting you in a different way. Like, wow, that's amazing. Wow, you're so flexible. Like he'd actually be addressing what is so impressive rather than, oh my God, you're so fat, that's impossible.
Well,
yeah, that's
but
what I mean.
And he'll say that because he does a lot of virtual clients, he does group classes, he says, I see so many bodies every week and so many different bodies and so many bodies with different capabilities. And that some of what I do is so much more impressive than he doesn't specify that these people are smaller than me, but it's basically implied that like, yoga ladies cannot do some of the things I do. And so it is very much about my body, but it is very much in praise, but in a way that I feel like is devaluing or something.
Yeah.
It's just like,
it's like saying that's really great for you. I mean, it's great for everybody, but especially you.
Yeah. Please stop acting so surprised when I behave at my baseline level.
He has said that he's always like, your body makes such amazing silhouettes because I think one of the most unique bodies he sees doing all of these Pilates moves. And he, for a while, talked about wanting to make Christmas ornaments out of the silhouettes.
I'm picturing those trucker mud flaps with the stainless steel girl.
Trevor, I just want to point out, like with the mannequin story we just covered, we were talking about the joy we take in seeing different bodies on display that way. I can understand what your trainer's talking about here. Like he's admiring seeing what you're doing in ways that he's not seeing in other bodies,
But so he finally then specified, it's like, I've been talking about the silhouettes, and he's like, there is a poster, like a Pilates poster that I think is Joseph Pilates, the guy who invented Pilates, who the whole like, it's kind of crazy. Like if you look into Joseph Pilates, Maintenance Phase has a great episode about kind of the craziness behind Pilates. But
Maintenance Phase is a podcast, by the way.
Yes, Maintenance Phase, the podcast with Aubrey Gordon. I've hit such a level of Pilates where I'm doing advanced things, and he said, I feel like we could get you photos of you in all of these poses and you could recreate the poster.
Oh, I love that.
Trevor, I'll be honest, if I saw a poster with you doing that at a gym, that would up the gym standing in my eyes enormously. I'd be way more comfortable going to that gym. So I think that's a freaking brilliant idea myself. But
I do too.
Adding to what we're talking about, the added context of the other person's existence in their comments can change a lot of context. So I'm getting to know a new friend who is a straight, mainstream, very athletic guy, right? Like extreme sportsman. And he kept inviting me to go work out with him, right? To go exercise with him. And I was taking low-key offense every time he did it because I thought he was like, hey, you don't have to be fat. Come work out with me. We can get you to a different place, right? It wasn't until I realized, and we started talking about it, like he wasn't trying to get me to lose weight. He was lonely. He wanted somebody to work out with.
Men need an activity.
Yeah, and they need an activity. And so he was trying to reach out as a together activity, not being judgy,
Yeah.
How did you find that out, Don?
By pulling teeth and making him talk about his feelings.
You monster. You monster.
Let's just say it was not his strong point. Which is why he
bless his heart.
That's why he needs an activity.
That's why he was upset. I think he was upset at me every time I was trying to get him to talk about his feelings. The same way I was upset at him every time he was trying to get me to work out.
Oh my God. You were taking him to an emotional gym.
Yeah. Crossing lines. But
an emotional gymnasium where he has to work out his feelings.
But so again, like I had the wrong context. I was adding my own spin to a conversation that he was not bringing to the knife fight.
I've had a kind of an odd. It's not a bad experience. It's not a good experience. It's just sort of a. I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. Over the last little while, I'm in an open relationship now, and I've had some interactions with people, and my body has changed over the last, I started playing soccer again, and I went from kind of a very bearish body to slightly less so. I'm still probably hovering around 205. So definitely not small. But I've had a couple people comment that they preferred when I had more fat. Mm-hmm. Or they preferred the, kind of
bulk?
Beefier. That was the word. Yeah, the beefier.
Oh, yeah. Look. Yeah, welcome to the world of chubs who get told, don't lose weight, you look great.
Yeah.
And I did. So in my head, I'm I wasn't, at no point am I intentionally trying to either lose or gain weight. I'm just living my life, and my body is what it is. Sometimes I'm working out twice a week and playing soccer twice a week, and sometimes I'm not doing that because I'm doing other things. And I don't know, I just am what I am. And I kind of was I guess had to say that I'm not trying to lose weight, and I'm also not gonna try to gain weight just to make you happier. I don't know. I guess I didn't know what I was supposed to say to that.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not about you. That's why.
I have had a similar experience over the past 6 months or so, right? My body's been going through some shifts. Right now, the tide is coming back in. I'm a little bigger now than I was last year. And something that has been very healthy for me to experience during this weight shift is having a multiple number of men around me that are familiar with my body as it changes, right? What I have found is that while my body gets a little bigger, Joe over here may be a little less interested in it, but Joe over here is getting super excited. Right?
Exactly right.
I'm finding this is maybe not the right way for everybody. I'm not saying my way is the healthiest for everyone, but by crowdsourcing the enjoyment of my body, I'm getting multiple feedback sources. And even if somebody is maybe not, I'm not their perfect cup of tea, as my body changes, somebody else is getting more and more excited by it. So,
and I tell that
out nicely.
Yeah, I tell that to chubs who want to talk about it with me a lot, which is you're a good looking guy. You're going to look good at 150, 250, or 450. Just different guys. It'll just be different guys who are into you, but you're always going to have guys into you.
Yes, but I think I am curious what the intent is of the people saying, well, I preferred you this way because the galaxy brain me wants to say well, you're not allowed to have opinions about other people's bodies, but people have opinions. That's just the way people are.
Yeah.
But to voice an opinion well, I like this better. And it's okay, good. What do you expect someone to be oh, well, and then I will change everything.
Yeah,
and get back to you in whatever amount of time it takes to me.
It doesn't go that far because it's not a hot button for them. It's not a sensitive issue.
I think it is for everyone because I think everyone dislikes hearing that I prefer you the way you're not.
To speak in defense of my boys, I have never felt condemned by any of them. I'm condensing conversations that are much longer and much gentler to get to the point,
Well, and especially Don, or anybody, if you have a sexual history with someone and you gain or lose a lot of weight, and guess what? Your sexual relationship with them changes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true if you're in a married couple. That's true if you're doing one night stands. And so if you have a history with them and all of a sudden it's changing, what's going on is changing, it's going to come up and they have to be allowed to say, things changed and therefore our relationship has changed.
This is a bit of a tangent, but I think it'll make a point. I lost a lot of weight at one point, went to a Chub and Chaser event and saw an ex of mine, and he would not give me the time of day. Right. I went back to that event like 10 years later. I had gained weight again, and he was following me around like a puppy. Right. And so it's like,
Okay, but let's look at that. Let's say you've got this guy, and I'm not saying this is 1,000% true all the time.
Yeah.
But so this guy who won't give you, you've had a history with him, you lost weight, and all of a sudden you're invisible to him. Mm-hmm. A lot of possible scenarios. One, he literally doesn't recognize you because he has you in his mind a particular way. If you've lost a lot of weight, that's actually possible. And that has happened to me multiple times where a guy has lost, 250 pounds and I literally didn't recognize you.
Yeah.
Another possibility is he doesn't want to say, oh, wow, great to see you. And then you think, oh, we're going to pick up where we left off. And then he has to put the brakes on that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that train wreck. And so his, ham-fisted solution is don't interact, which arguably is worse. But it avoids the awful conversation of him having to be the one who throws a bucket of cold water if your relationship has mostly been sexual in the past and he is no longer interested. And so I don't know. What do you want them to do? I know people, this was astonishing to me. I remember I was talking to a guy and he said he would rather have someone ghost him than tell him no, which to me is unfathomable.
Yeah.
But there are people out there like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not in that camp. I don't care where I stand. I just want to know where I stand.
It's there's only three options: yes, no, or later.
Yeah. My one requirement from my lovers is if you no longer find me attractive, you not be a dick.
Yes,
we can still talk.
Right, but do you realize? I don't think you realize the incredible variation of what is considered being a dick is. For a lot of people, ghosting is being a non-dick. For some people, it's the definition of being a dick. Mm-hmm. You'd be amazed at what's out there.
No, I believe you. I'm curious if any of our listeners have had any experiences where recontextualizing some of the ways that people are looking at you or the way you've looked at things have changed your experience with them.
Yeah.
Trevor, do we have a tip for the day?
We do. So if you're in New York, not only can you see the costume art exhibit at the Met, but you still have a chance to see Sardines, Chris Grace's second one-man show about love, family, death. It is at the New York in the Bricks Festival. It is running until June 14th. So you got a week and a
couple
half
of weeks
to see it.
from this episode coming out. I want to see it, but also New York is very far away.
I feel like, I don't know. I think it could make another amazing dropout thing. I'm sure he would not be opposed to that.
I'll just get on the horn and tell my friends to drop out.
Hello, Brennan.
That's right. That's right, Michael. Get on the blower and call him up.
Hello there, Hollywood. I've got an idea for you.
All right, kids.
How about a bit for today?
For our bit today, since we are working on recontextualizing things and seeing things from a new angle, I have made a short list of true good news stories that you may not have heard of over the past year. Okay. Your job, the three of you, is to come up with a shitty recontextualizing. We're calling this Raining on Dawn's Parade. Here's some good news. Try and shit on it.
Now fuck it up.
All right. Okay. For our first piece of good news, I've just got a bunch of them. We're going to lightning round this stuff. All right. Quick, spit them out of me. Japan has developed a non-toxic plastic that dissolves safely in seawater.
Too bad there's already enough microplastics in our brain to make an actual spoon out of it.
Winner. I love it. Right. A 7-year delayed dam project in the Czech Republic was completed by beavers in 2 days, saving $1 million.
Wow, great. So construction workers aren't going to get paid? Thanks, beavers.
Yes.
I'm really bad at this, I think.
Oh, so
That's
now
a
we're
good
all about
thing, Dan.
free animal labor now? Is that it?
All right, kids. As of
Enslaving animals.
2025, scientists have determined that the number of humpback whales has doubled.
Great. So the ocean's going to be full of whales instead of plastic?
Or no, I like this. So this will, I think this is it. So this is just going to encourage more whaling, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yep, that's it.
I mean, cause and effect, people, cause and effect.
Yep. Think it through.
All right, kids. Scientists have invented a new bee superfood that, when fed to colonies, yields 15 times more larvae.
First, they had us eating bee vomit. Now we're eating bee cum. What's next?
I love it.
I'm just imagining like some insane conservative pundit saying
Oh, of
something
course.
stupid.
Of
Like
course.
that's where I'm at.
Well, usually they try to fuck up the facts and then do it, but
All right, folks, we have just a few more.
Oh my.
Denmark is now allowing people to copyright their faces to combat AI deepfakes.
Oh, sure. Now big copyright has to get involved.
I'm blown away that that's even, good Lord.
Okay. A record number of people attended Budapest Pride after Hungary banned gay pride.
Yeah.
Great. So now we have all the hungry gays coming into Budapest.
That's a whole
I thought
new
you were
type
going to
of
say
Hunger Games.
I thought you were going to say they were paid activists from Denmark.
All right. Last but not least, I double checked this one. This is a true story.
Oh, boy.
Amsterdam is building tiny little staircases throughout their city to help cats get out of the canals.
10 out of 10 no notes.
I'm just saying, this is going to make it a lot harder to drown cats. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, do you have to
that
double-
tied up bag of kittens with a brick in it into the canal? Are they supposed to just drown now? Like,
Well, Trevor, if any of our listeners have any good tips on how to drown cats in Amsterdam, where can they tell us about that?
Well, hungry gays can send their hate mail to Instagram and Blue Sky to @BigFatGayPod. We're on Facebook at the Big Fat Gay Podcast. Leave us 5 stars and a review there or your preferred podcast platform. See the articles. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/BigFatGayPod. Yeah, do that. See the articles we talked about at www.bigfatgaypod.com.
And yes,
Well,
by the
maybe-
way, listeners, we know it's Hungarian.
No, they're hungry. Hungry for gays.
Nom, 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 nom.
Maybe you're a little soaked cat and you're furious and you're joining the march coming towards us of the whales, the gays, and everyone in between. So it looks like this time we have to
watch the fuck out. We'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody.
Bye-bye.